In this video, I'm going to show you how to take a brand new player and get them hooked on D&D. Role-playing games can be a very rewarding experience for players, but the biggest hurdle for new ones is that moment when they're asked to sit down to think of an imaginary person to play as. Instead of actually liking what they play, they normally play as something that someone else made for them. In my very humble opinion, this is not the way. Instead of letting them pick anything they want, we should actually limit their choices to tried and true classes to guaranteed an easy time for them. My recommendations on race and class is just to get them inside the game as fast as possible, as easy as possible. And before we get into it, just remember, it's not just the Dungeon Master's responsibility to get this player having a great time. Remember, it takes a village to raise a child. Well, let's get right into it. Let's start with the races. I highly recommend starting off with just the base races. Give them the choice between either being a human, elf, half-elf, or a dwarf. Not only do they provide fantastic bonuses to their stats, but it's also super easy to roleplay. Win-win. Now let's talk classes. The classes I recommend to my brand new players are the Monk, Rogue, Barbarian, Fighter, the Wizard, and the Cleric. Now let's talk about getting them to roleplay a little bit. Now this part takes a little bit of help from an experienced player at the table. One of the experienced players can actually be a duplicate of that character. Same race, same class as that brand new player. This is not to overshadow the brand new player at all whatsoever. Instead, the exact opposite. These players are going to be the fantastic duo. The new player will literally roleplay someone that's brand new, and the experienced player will roleplay someone who is experienced. While the Dungeon Master helps them out with the rules, that experienced player can help them play their character. Now we're going to give him character motivation. With the experienced person's permission, we now need to write that character off somehow. Perhaps the experienced character falls in battle or sacrifices himself to make sure that the new player lives. This should spark the necessary fire, give that brand new player motivation to be that party's main class. And with that, the brand new player would now be motivated to either seek vengeance or seek justice. And now the experienced player can now play the class they wanted to begin with. If you guys are looking for more, I have a YouTube short explaining what D&D is, and another one explaining how to roleplay. But until then, catch you guys later.